Hey Hawks, this is a video of our individual time. Uh, so we're working on our base double team here up to that backer. Okay, and we are pretending that we have another base double team here with this guy. I just want to explain the reason why we do this 3-on-3 stuff is we're trying to work on an individual block, okay, and then a double team as well. But here's the thing is that they're going to stunt and blitz and do some crazy things. Defenses will. So I'm trying to train us for the worst case scenario. Okay, what happens if the linebacker that we're working to works way far away? Okay, what do we do if this guy slants across my face, the guy that I'm not comboing with? So really this turns into kind of like a 3-man combination here, even though we have our combo here initially. Okay, at pre-snap, if everything goes the way we want it to, is that these two guys would work for these two guys here, and that this guy would work on him solo or would be working a double team to somebody else backside. That's all, pre-snap what we want to have happen. In reality, that's not the case. So that's where we need to fall back on making sure we always are gap accountable and block our gap. Okay. And that's what we're trying to work on here. We want to try to work our combo if we can, but then as soon as there's movement, okay, we need to make sure we check our gap to see if there's any immediate threat to our gap. If there's no immediate threat, then we can continue working to our linebacker like we normally would. Okay, that's if there's no immediate threat, like if there's no intentional stunt or blitz going right into your gap, then you can keep working on your combination. Okay. So let's watch here. Okay, and I'm also looking at steps here, make sure our steps are good. Okay. I believe we should be going right here. Okay. So thumb this footwork is not good. It should go 1, 2 in the ground. Get your head on the play side number there. Okay. You take opposite footwork here. You kind of step back this way. So he really has no place to help you take that guy over. Okay. And then you do come off on your linebacker here. But we're not blocking him square. Okay. Cole, you do what you need to do. He's really not giving you a lot of room to take over, but once again, you're just standing straight up and down. Make sure we stay condensed. Okay. Burke, let's watch your steps. Okay. You take 2 steps, you kind of hop a little bit. I'd love to see you just go 1, 2, and not hop, but you get to your guy, you get your head on the play side. We're simulating that you're double teaming here and that your linebacker might be coming over the top. So that's a good job. Okay. Now we're going to the left. So Derek, we should be working that way. Okay, this is our base double to that guy. We have a single here. Okay, so Derek, you go the wrong way. Okay, you take 1 step laterally. Okay, that step's going to hurt you a little bit. It's not too bad going wide. Let me take that back. It's not a bad step. Okay, but maybe we need to try to be a little bit more direct into the guy so we don't get too lateral and that guy can fall in here hard. Yes, you should have Derek coming with you. Derek's wrong. He should be scooting to cover here. Okay, he should be scooting to cover. Okay, and here our steps need to be better. We need to get 1, 2 feet in the ground. Okay, we should be stepping with our left foot first because we're responsible for this gap. Okay, so go 1, 2. You step backwards and then you step forward. And now our feet are here, not square when we make contact, and that's not good. We don't get any movement there. Okay. So really takes how this should work is that you punch here, you should be getting help, and then you should be getting off on your linebacker. Okay, next one here. Okay, so same thing. 1, 2, attacking the play side shoulder. Okay, we're scooting to get to that backside shoulder. Looking at our linebacker, we should go 1, 2, attacking this near the play side number here. So thumb, once again, your steps kill you. That first step is way too big. Okay, it puts you behind the 8 ball here. Okay, then so when you make contact, look what happens when you make contact here. Okay, that second foot's not even in the ground. You have your head on the play side number. Okay, you don't have this guy covered. This guy gets penetration to the backfield. That's not good. Okay, your steps are way too big. Okay. Burke, when you scoot to cover, we want to step back and you want to try to overlap this guy. Okay. So you don't want to be in front. That's kind of more of a push double team. On a base, you kind of want to be behind because you're the one trying to overlap, because most likely that guy will be the one coming off and blocking that guy. Not in this case, but most times that's what will happen. Okay, Cole, watching you, your footwork kind of is all over the place. You step back here and then that foot steps to the side. It should go 1, 2. With your steps, your guy goes outside. Okay, then you just try to base him and block him. Don't give up any ground. It needs to be at least a stalemate. Okay. Next one here. Okay, once again, we're basing here. We should have a base double team working to that guy, and we have a base single here. So Hendrickson goes the wrong way here. Makes the same mistake that Derek does. Okay. Derek, your steps are not too bad. I'd like to see 1, 2, attacking that play side number there. Okay, you're too high. I'd love to see a lower. Okay, and you're coming off too early because this guy isn't close enough for you to do this. Well, maybe not. He's going pretty far out there, so that's not too bad, but John needs to be taking this guy over. So this is on John here. Okay. Takes 1, 2. Okay, your steps aren't bad here at all because that guy starts trying to slant in that gap, so you get your head on the play side number. We just need to have our hand inside the framework of the body. We can't have it wrapped around the side here. Get tight hands as you do this. Okay, now this guy stepped up on the line of scrimmage here. Okay, so we still go through our rules here. He really hasn't decided where he's going. He could be going B gap. He could be going A gap here. Okay, so when in doubt, just block your gap. So we should be stepping. We should almost be double teaming here. Okay, because Thome's rule is gap on. There's no one in his gap, so he's going to block the guy on him. So there should be a double team here. Okay. But obviously Thome will have his eyes in his gap, because if this guy slants here and this guy slants inside, Thome will pop off and block his gap. Okay. Same thing here. If he steps, this guy comes to his gap, he'll block him. Okay. If this guy ends up going B gap, okay, he can either rewind if that guy goes backside, or that if that guy slants into his gap and they're doing this, then he could just take the guy that's coming to his gap. So it should be, it turns into a double here. Okay. And we just got a normal base block there to start out. Okay. Because this guy is now a lineman. He stepped up on the line. Now he's a lineman. Okay. So this combination is off. And now it is a double team here. Okay. With the base there. But let's see what happens on the snap of the ball. Okay. Okay, here. So they're doing their double team, which is good. Throw them once again, your feet, look at your feet. Okay. You don't go 1, 2, you take one giant step. So when you make contact, you got 1 foot off the ground, you're way too high. He pops you back. This is not good. Okay, we're too high. Okay, here we're just trying to stay square. I like how you just kind of foot fire your feet, Cole, looking for what's coming. Now get your head on the play side number, get your hands inside the framework of the body. Okay. Burke, watching your feet. Okay, you take one giant step, which is not good. Okay, it's got to be 1, 2. Get your feet in the ground. Okay, foot fire your feet, see where he goes. Because notice with that one giant step, okay, you are now behind the 8 ball. He's slanting it to your gap. Now you have no time to react. It'd be better if you just foot fire your feet so you could get over there and go block your guy. Because right now we're giving up penetration. We're not getting our head to the play side number. Okay, that's not good. Okay, throw him here. So you block your guy. He goes backside. And now we need to get off laterally. We need to try to get lateral as you're working here. Okay, and try to get your head across him here. You need to try to get your head across as soon as you see that guy enter your gap. Okay, here's the same thing. We should have a double here, okay, and a single there. And then just kind of sort it out and see where guys go. Okay. And this is why we do this, okay? So John should be stepping to his gap. John steps back first. We always step with our gap side foot first. It should be 1, 2. Okay, and he should be blocking this guy that's into his gap. He is in no position to do so. Okay, Tags watching you. Watch Tags' feet. Okay, he steps laterally. He goes 1, 2. He foot fires his feet.
Okay, which is excellent. I'd love to see him get into this guy more though. Okay, punch this guy first, kind of hand him off, crowd surf. Okay, 1, 2, punch this guy. And then as he sees this guy works over the top, then he can get off and block him. Okay, Derek, this is why we don't vacate early. Okay, who's in your gap? Your eyes should be in your gap. Look at your gap. You should be stepping here, scooting, staying square. Okay, and then blocking this guy because he's in your gap and getting your head to the play side number. You and Take should be trading off here. Block your gap. Okay, we got a new group of guys in here. Okay, now this guy's out here, so we should have made a gap call. So these guys that were doubling, okay, their linebacker is now out here, so outside, so they should make a gap call. So they'll step square to their gap, step square to their gap. Okay, and we have a base single right there. Okay, or assuming that we're working a double team with someone on the backside here. Okay, so we don't step with the correct foot. It should go 1, 2 short steps. Notice we take one big long step. Now he's behind the 8 ball. Now we're giving up penetration, and that's not good. Okay, this big first step is terrible. A lot of us are doing it here, and it's not good. Okay, Molitor, watching you. Okay, you take your first step, but then you turn your shoulders. Don't turn your shoulders. Stay square. Stay square, stay square, stay square. Because honestly, what you could do here, that guy's hip disappears. You can rewind, punch until that guy comes to your gap. But since you turn your shoulders, Molitor, you're not able to get your head to the play side shoulder. Okay, you're attacking the wrong part of this guy. You need to be getting your head to the play side number, okay, and not giving up penetration. This is not good here. Giving up too much penetration. Okay, watching Lucas here, he takes a lateral step, which is fantastic. Okay, but then he crosses his feet over. Lucas, look when you make contact. Okay, you got 1 foot in the air. Okay, we got to shuffle laterally and have our feet rooted when we make contact. That way, we're not giving up ground like we are here. Okay, and get your head on the play side number. Next one here. Okay, it's the same thing. Okay, TC, I love how you step. I love this. He's square. He steps lateral. Okay, he flip fires his feet a little bit here. He sees the guy in his gap goes across, so he knows someone's coming. So he blocks his guy. But I love to see you stay square, get your head on the play side number, and run your feet. Don't practice just standing there. Practice running your feet. Okay, Alton, I love same thing. You shuffle laterally. I love to see you step with that foot first, your left foot. You kind of bring your feet together. Okay, and then keep your eyes in your gap. Don't I think you're looking to rewind there, which is okay. But when you rewind, just step back and still have your eyes in your gap. Okay, like this. You should be right here, and I'll step and give a little punch to help Renicky out, get his head to the play side, and then you can work lateral on your guy. Okay, Renicky, your feet aren't bad here. Okay, you take short steps. Okay, we just need to have a lateral head and get our head on the play side number so we don't give up any penetration. Okay, watching here. Okay, watching Lucas's feet. 1, 2, good. This is excellent. Okay, 1, 2, look at that. He takes 2 steps. His feet are rooted. His hands are inside. I wish he was a little bit lower. Okay, but he's able to run this guy off the ball. Okay, 1, 2. This is exactly how it should look. Okay, look at this. 1, 2. 1, 2. That's perfect. Okay. Aiden, I see you're scooting here. That guy slants to your gap. We get to our shoulder. We got a nice tight double team. We got 4 eyes on the linebacker. Okay, we just need to trigger off this a little bit sooner. Okay, and not give up penetration. We got to get in front of this guy. We cannot give up penetration. We can have 0 penetration into the backfield. You need to get off on this guy sooner. Okay, there's going to be fast triggering linebackers. We got to be ready for it and go block them. Okay. Here, Molitor, you step with the wrong foot. You step back. It should go 1, 2, just like Lucas's feet. Okay, and then get under this guy and lift him. Okay, once you see that Aiden has to get off, then you stay on the down lineman. You try to cover him up. Okay. TC, watching you. You go 1, 2 with your feet. Okay. Good. You block your guy. Okay. We're pretending you would be double teaming here. Okay, and keeping your eyes in your gap. That's a good job, TC. Okay, here I'd love to see a little bit more of a punch on this 4 technique, Renicky, before you get off. Okay, but that guy does trigger fast, so I see where you're getting off as soon as you are. Okay, just try to get in front of him though. Get in front of him. Get in front of him. Okay, Alton, you take your 1-2 steps. That's pretty good steps right there as well. Okay, now we just got to have our eyes on our linebacker. If we see that the guy that we're working with is going inside, we need to try to get in front of our guy, which I can see you're working to do that, which is good. Next one here. Okay, Molitor, your feet aren't too bad here. I just wish we just kind of foot fire in place. We don't step back at all. Okay, it's not bad though. Okay, he slants away from your gap. So I can see how right there you get your eyes in your gap right away because we know we're working backside here with the backside guy. Okay. Lucas, watching you. Okay, you take your steps, which is great. You're covering this guy up, you're overlapping, and we just get tripped up here. You're right, though. We got to try to get off and block this guy square if we can. Okay. If we notice that this guy, and this might be a game time thing, if we notice these guys are triggering right away, maybe we don't even do a full overlap. Maybe we shuffle a little bit and just give a little punch and then we go. If we see that these guys are triggering super hard. Okay. But then Aiden, if you see that the linebacker's coming here, you need to cover up the 4 technique or the guy that's covering you. Okay. Oh, get out of the way, coach. Get out of the way. Okay, Alton, watching you. You should be stepping with your gap side foot first, 1-2. You do foot fire your feet here though, which is good. Okay. I love how you get your head back outside. We're simulating your double teaming here. I love how you look out into your gap here, which is excellent. That's what you should be doing, looking for anything coming to your gap. That's great. Okay. TC watching you. Okay, I'd love to see you try to get a bigger punch on this guy to help out the guy you're working with. Try to get a bigger punch on that down lineman, but you do get off on the correct time. You get your head on the play side number and you're running your feet. That's another good job there. Okay, Renicky, once you see that TC has to come off, the linebacker decides to go inside, you need to try to get your head across and cover this guy up. Okay, next one here. Looks like we flip side, so we got the base double here, working that linebacker. We got the single, or we're pretending we're doubling with some of the backside here. Okay, Burke, your first step kills you. Look at your big first step. Okay, we don't want that. Okay, because when you make contact, you got 1 foot off the ground. It needs to go 1-2. Okay, just like Alton and Lucas have been doing. Is you got to do 2 steps, 2 short steps, 1-2, get them down on the ground. Okay, Cole, your feet are good. You step lateral to try to help that out. You see your linebacker triggers, so you get on that shoulder, and then you drive and try to flatten them out. Love to see if we can drive them back upfield. Okay, Phil, your steps are better here. You go 1-2. Okay, when you do this, your blocks are significantly better, Phil, because you actually have time to react. Okay, you really need to focus on taking 2 short steps, and then you can help block this guy. Okay, when we're double teaming with our other lineman. Okay. Okay, here we go. Next one. Okay, Elijah, we need to be going 1-2, just like Lucas did on the other play. Okay, getting your head on the play side number. Okay, takes. This is a good job triggering early. When you see that guy's there, you're starting to scoot. You see that guy triggers early, you get to your linebacker. Okay, I'd love to see you try to get in front of him and not give up penetration if you can. Okay, Kenny, when you see that linebacker trigger hard, you need to try to work back in front of this 4 technique and try to cover him up. Get out of the way, coach. Okay, Cole, this is a good job. You could take 2 short steps. I love how your feet are rooted when you make contact here. Okay, don't stand up. Okay, don't stand up. Keep your hips back as you drive. Okay, Thome, watching you. I love how you cover up. I would love to see you lower. Okay, but you punch, and when you punch this linebacker here, okay, right here, recoil, condense again, get back low. Okay, get a big Z in the knees here. Okay, recoil so you're ready to
uncoil again on this guy, okay? Recoil so you can load up again so you can explode again, okay? Now here, Burke. So this is kind of what I'm talking about. You do take 2 steps. I wish you would have stepped with your play side foot first. Okay. As soon as that guy moves, you check right away to see if there's any immediate threat. Right now, I'd say there's no immediate threat. So you can continue with your normal double team here. Okay. Because we know that this combination is going there. Okay. If this guy was in your gap right now, then I'd say you can come off, but that guy's coming from space. So I'd say you wouldn't have to come off. Even if you did, maybe it's just giving 1 punch here instead of trying to completely get off. Okay. But I don't think this is an immediate threat to your gap. Okay, Kenny, your steps aren't bad, but now work your head to the play side and drive him. Don't just shuffle. Okay, drive him. All right. Elijah, I don't know if you're just quick to identify him slanting out, then you rewind back, and then you get your head in front of your linebacker. This isn't too bad, but you need to get in front of this guy a little bit more. Okay. Tiggs, that's a good job right there. Shuffling laterally, getting your head across. Now get this backside hand inside the framework of his body. Okay. I'm going to stop right there. Hopefully this is useful for you guys.